Welcome, creative friends. Long time no see. Edna Edie coming at you with a Christmas in July video. I have actually been quite busy in July making Christmas items, motivated by a retreat that I'm going to later in the year, who has a series of swaps. Many of them are themed, Christmas and other American style holidays. So yeah, I've been busy. I made these ribbon spools. One of the swaps is a trim share, so 5 yards of ribbon or trim of any description going along with the Christmas theme. So I used the dies to make envelope flaps and made the spool headings and bases out of those, and then put them onto the chipboard and just got busy with decorating. So I actually used a whole lot of supplies out of my Christmas box that need to be used. So they're not all the same, but they have a similar theme. So this is a uniquely creative collection. I believe it's the one from last year. I won't remember all the names, but a beautiful collection. It did have some wood veneer in that collection and some little charms, a little bell on every one of them, and I did swap up between silver and gold hardware, a little present and a little bit of bead stacking. And the trims themselves came from my stash as well, which I've recently been cleaning out, making sure I knew what I had. But this silver frilly edged trim is one of my all-time favorites, so I included that. And then the deers with the snowflakes, some little pink rickrack, some twill, I think it's called, but it's got stitching, a little gold stitching. I loved this trim here that I found some time ago and I've been hoarding. So green and pink to go with the collection. And then this great big Merry Christmas I actually got from TK Maxx last year. And just some little decorating on the bottom. And then on the back, just some nice themed pins to finish that off. So just the one in this range to make up the 10 that I needed to make. And then moving on and across, this is a Paige Evans range, different types of greens in this and certainly some pinks as well. So some more bead wrapping and a little Santa, and then the bell is hung off the end there. Just piling up little elements from the collection, using things from the stash that don't necessarily go with the collection. You can see not all of the envelope flaps are the same, so this is a different style, all sort of came from the same kit. Some pleated ribbons, some twine to hold it on, Merry Christmas, some dots, there's some really nice glittery organza underneath there, and then some gold bubbly trim, some Christmas tree trim, and this Peace and Joy. These I both got last year and I hadn't used to date. So it was good to use those. Similar treatment on the back. And again from the same collection, using the bird. Love things with birds. And I do really love these, which came from an Australian brand, but seem to fit the theme. So I popped those on there as well. A little wreath to carry the theme of the wreath being used here. Little bell. And then these trims, interestingly enough, I don't have that many green trims. So that was good to work out and to learn. So the next time I'm at Daisy Chain, I might treat myself to some green trims. So a green velvet pleated trim, a pom-pom trim, a looped green trim, a gold and white rickrack. These bows are also from TK Maxx and the same Merry Christmas there. So you can see I just used the cardstock from the collection in the back, and I use a different one but coordinating on the back there as well. Moving on to the third, using that range. It was really good to use the snowmen, as these are going to America with me, because I don't use snow themed things at all because it's 40 degrees here in the Christmas season, so I don't tend to gravitate towards using those for gifts that I would give Australians. But nice to stack up those once again all the way down. So we've got a Merry Christmas, a pink rickrack, another one of those organzas with some different gold on the top, a red and white stripe. There's that green trim again and the pink trim. So 3 using that range from Paige Taylor Evans, and this uses mixed collections from Rosie's Studio, many collections over the years, so I've just mixed them all together, carrying the little Christmas tree and the bell and the heart there. See, there's another little Christmas tree, the vellum stars in the background and the Merry Christmas, and then some gold leaf and some red twine, some massive red rickrack, some green, and then repeating those trims on the bottom, this time some puffies at the bottom there. Coming together really nicely. Really loved this project. I loved getting out all my trims and thinking of what to put together. So another Rosie Studio, this time with the gold joyful. More of the bow trim and then some repeated styled trims here, all the way down to the bottom, and this time I've got the dangle on the bottom here. And what have we got? A little Noel, and then I made a little like Christmas flower out of a bead cap. That's fun. And then the last one using the Rosie's Studio range. We've got a massive dangle on this one because we've got the little car with the tree in the back and the little bell. And that matches this little car that I used down here, which was from the range. And just loading up those embellishments up the top. You can see the little gold coming through here. And then the green trim, some red stars, more bows, different types of organza mesh at the bottom there with the gold leaf on the top, and the Merry Christmas. So they're the 3 from Rosie's Studio. And then completing the set with 3 from the Hey Santa range. Love this range. I have been hoarding it a little, so it was good to get it out and make sure that I used it. So mixing up the chipboards and the embellishment, using more of the snowflakes, peeking in a little Santa there, a massive big tassel trim that you'll actually take the bottom off there when you use. Kept it secured with some pink twine, some massive pink rickrack. There is a white trim underneath there, and then the silver on the top, and then some red and white dot and that Merry Christmas, and a sparkly pink wrapped bead and another little tiny seed bead wrap and the bell, and I've put on a little red disc there as well. Love the Hey Santa range. Got to use the Great Making Spirits Bright chipboard on the top of this one, snuck in a little goose, I think that is there. And then on the side here, this little snowflake has a Swarovski crystal in the middle of it. Somebody gave that to me in a D-stash, and it had like a $19.99 price tag on it. I don't know if that's true or not, but whoever gets this, enjoy that. A stacked bead in red, and then some tinsel pom-pom trim, the pink rickrack, a massive big silver trim with the pink pom-pom trim on the top, and the red dot and the pink trim down the bottom, finishing off with a nice little bow. And then the last one, also from Hey Santa, using the car and the bow as the feature pieces, and I just used the little puffy letters on the side there to spell Santa, and we've got a bell and a bow because we used the bow on the top there, and a little red butterfly. Some silver and red gingham, pink twine, the silver ruffle again, and then the repeat of the pink, the red, and the trees, and finishing off with Merry Christmas. So this was a make 10, receive 10 swap. Not necessarily any great instruction to make them into spools, but I thought that would be nice. And these are being packed in my bag when I head off to America for this wonderful retreat later in the year. More things coming your way as we ease right into the end of July. I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough, and I'll see you again soon. Enjoy.